kid with a French last name, Monceau or something like that.
Misfit, what we eating tonight?
Star Pizza.
Hey y'all, this is Ryan Monceau, and this is Cats, the Cougar After Thoughts Show from GoCoogs.com, sponsored by Star Pizza.
Well, we
I don't
normally
know
like to
even.
celebrate with Star Pizza, but there's one good thing about it. It picks you up when you're down. And it's always there.
How would
So
you
go get
describe? Sorry, go ahead.
So go get some Star Pizza tomorrow. I think they're closed now.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about what you just saw?
Sad. I'm sad for the players. When it comes down to it, I don't care about me. I'm not hoping they win to entertain me. We get so invested, and I get so invested watching these kids develop season after season and over the year, that you want it for them. And I know that those kids are carrying the weight of, 40 some odd years. And, you just hate to see it. I feel sick for the guys that, that they couldn't achieve that one final win, because as much as it hurts us, these losses stick with you. And especially the way it ended. And, hey, all you younger Cougs, if you weren't around for the 80s and you didn't know what it felt like, welcome to being a Coug, because this is your rite of passage.
There's no use in going around this fact. You had a 12-point lead in the second half.
Yeah.
And you blew it. No field goals in the last 2 minutes and 5 seconds. 4 turnovers in the last 2 minutes, 5 seconds.
Not even shots.
Yeah.
And we can go. We'll touch
Florida,
on a lot of this stuff, but doing a post-mortem on this, I mean, you can pick a million ways. I mean, if we want, we really want to. I mean, you can sit here and say a game that came down to the wire like this, and we talked about that every little thing matters. Well, guess what? The difference is a goaltend that they didn't even check.
Yeah. Well, if you don't call the goaltend, you can't check the goaltend.
Yeah.
Now that rule sucks, and it's a terrible rule. But normally you get them call the goaltend just in case, and they chose not to do it there, and so you couldn't even go and review it.
But I mean, that was a long time ago, so I'm not going to.
Yeah. You missed some free throws in the second half.
You missed throws. You made mistakes that you normally don't make. You did a great job on. You did a great job against Florida defensively. You held Clayton as long as possible.
Yeah.
You shut him down as much as you could possibly do it. I mean,
For 32 minutes.
The dude was Larry freaking Bird. When it came down to is they were very much like us. They were battle tested. And this is what they've done all tournament. They've been down in virtually every game that they've played. They've been down in double digits the last 3 games that they've won, maybe 4. I don't know, but they were down to Tech, they were down to Auburn, and they were down to us. And it tells you something about, hats off to Florida for being able to do that, because as difficult as a run that we had, they also had to go through 3 KenPom top 10 teams.
Yeah.
So I mean. And it came down to it. When it came down to it, they made the plays that they needed to make in a really ugly game. And when Sharp got that ball, man, I feel for him, because the result wasn't indicative of his entire night, but it's the difference between him against Duke and him tonight is he was rushing.
Yeah. Well, everybody did.
Against Duke, he pump fakes, Cooper flag flies by, and then he bangs home a 3. He had it set up for the exact same thing, but he just pulled the trigger just a hair too soon. And shit happens, dude. I hate it for him.
It does.
I hate it for him, because he's the type of guy. I know every one of those guys are going to carry this, and they're going to blame themselves, because everybody has a hand in it. They have a hand in wins and losses.
Milo Shuzan went 2 for 9. Savon Roberts went 3 for 13. Emmanuel Sharp went 3 for 11. I'm going to say Florida was so good on the perimeter defensively. They frustrated, and it got to the point where guys were hesitant to shoot the 3 late in the game. Just weren't interested, and maybe that had something to do with what happened with Emmanuel at the end. I think it would have gotten blocked, but he might have gotten fouled. I don't know. But here's a weird stat: no team leading at halftime won a game in this Final Four.
Yeah, well, it says a lot.
You're gonna. A lot of people are gonna say this is a really great Final Four. Obviously, U of H fans will not, but that's rough. Florida did shoot 7 more free throws. They made 5 more. That's a big deal. Both teams were horrific from 3. Florida was 6 of 24, U of H 6 of 25. Jawan and LJ made the all-tournament team. Walter Clayton was the MVP. They made a spot for Cooper Flag, which is cute. No one from Auburn made it. They did not do the Big 12 thing where you just put 10 people on that first team. So with the exception of that one early missed goaltending, Florida beat us straight up.
I
think
disagree.
that's true.
No.
I don't think you can argue it. They had a better game plan, and they defended U of H better than U of H.
I don't think
you don't think they did.
I don't think they had a better game plan. I think the game plans both were good for both teams. We did exactly what we wanted to do, and they did exactly what they wanted to do. They just made a couple more plays and hit a couple more free throws than we did.
Okay,
that's
fair.
That's the game at the margins. I mean, we talked all year long that at this level there is no room for error, and when you get on the literal stage of a national title game in a giant airplane hangar, your mistakes are compounded even more. Everybody has it. We're literally a play away from winning this game, and Florida is sitting here saying the exact same things we are.
That's true.
And that's what it comes down to. One play, one shot made or missed, either way. And then, it's a ball game. But I mean, the way that the numbers of both teams, I mean, their stats were virtually the same across the board, except for the offensive, their points per game. Once again, we held a high flying, high scoring team well below their average. Unfortunately, They did the same thing to us. They played better defense against us than other people. And I think where they beat us, or where they were able to stagnate our offense, is that they pressured us as soon as we came across the
Timeline.
And then we couldn't get it. We weren't getting into pick and rolls in a threatening position. But, so be it. It happens, right?
Yep. Florida's largest lead was 2. So they basically did the exact same thing that U of H did to Duke. Just going to go through some
Hey, Mom.
comments.
Thanks for being here, Mom.
So this loss is awful for all.
I will say one thing, and I think I want everybody to kind of stop and gather around, and let's have this little chat real quick before it gets out of hand. Tonight's not a time for hot takes. If you want to come in hot in here and go after players, talk shit, vent, it's not a time for it. So we're going to be very heavy. We're going to be very heavy-handed on the band hammer. So act accordingly. Let's be above that.
Okay. Sorry, was getting a little work in here. I don't guess I need the game book or anything. It's the way we lost that hurts the most. I feel for Emmanuel so badly. Yeah. The wind was sucked out of the room. All the pressure was on them, U of H. Kelvin is close to retiring. U of H has been to more Final Four games than any other program not to win a title. This one hurts. They had it right there. Yeah. You had a 12-point lead. And you can't blow that. And obviously these refs missed some things. There were some really weird calls, but there's no denying that the team that played better won the game.
Yeah.
Francis.
I don't like blaming losses on us fouling. I think our over aggressiveness. I mean, the guys who got in foul trouble, those are the guys you would expect to get into foul trouble. They got a little tacky, a little touchy with us. But in the first half, I'll just say this: first half, we had 3 fouls. Florida had 1. In the second half, we had 16, and Florida had 10. There were shitty calls against us, and there were shitty calls for us.
Yes.
It hurts us. It hurts us more because 2 of our guys are very, very aggressive, and we always know that we are very, very susceptible to a lot of danger if they're starting to call it close. Now, you like for a ref crew, especially supposedly the best ref crew, to call it in the first half or call it in the second half the same way they did the first half.
Yeah, that's all you can ask for.
Set the tone early. But both teams were brawling, going toe to toe in the first half. And then all of a sudden, I mean, literally they came out. I think Florida had 4 fouls within the first 2 minutes of the second half. And then all of a sudden it was our turn to start getting slapped.
Well, the administrative tech was the sixth foul in less than 3 minutes to start the half. So you were basically in the double bonus with 17 minutes to play, and Juve did not attack the rim like they should have.
Yeah.
Which is the part that I think is going to haunt Kellen for a while. But yeah, you want to see this called the same way. If you call it the same way and it doesn't go your way, that's that. But if you say we're going to play a completely different game in the second half, and you just have to guess, well, that's not very good reffing. I think Doug Sermons had a really terrible game. He just put himself out there early and made it about him. Not a huge fan. The turning point of the game was the kid slamming the ball down and getting the tech. I was confused by that because I thought that was an actual foul on Jawan, and him getting frustrated. It was down to like a second and a half on the shot clock, so maybe that's why he got frustrated. But it was a little, I mean, you fouled it. I love Milos. Glad he's here, but we needed more from him Saturday night and tonight. I think that's 100% fair. I think it's true.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can go down the list. I mean, there's a list of guys that you can say, oh, we wish we got more out of. I'll say this. LJ did everything you could ever dream of the kid doing. Javier, great night.
Great
And
night.
Highlight reel dunk that we'll all appreciate. I thought Malik was great. I thought he played extremely well. But outside of that, I mean, gosh, just we're having a rough night. And, tip your hat to Florida. They had a lot to do with that.
There is a photo of the Javier dunk over who was it? The Thomas Howe guy. And it's from Getty Images, and it's from above the rim. And
Yeah.
that kid's face, that is not great. We also needed more from TA, who has looked confused during the short periods of time he's been in. He gets angrily pulled. Well, great game, great year. Did TA come? I guess he had to have, but he had a ball under the basket in the first half and had it wrestled away from him, and it was not a tough play. And I think he was pulled right after that. So tough night for him. Tough season, frankly.
Yeah.
For TA, and we'll see what happens there. I will forever thank this team for the ride. Seeing my alma mater get so much pub during the season of turning was incredible. This did not go the way you wanted, but you played for a national title. You went 35-5. You won the Big 12. You won the Big 12 tournament. You cut nets down in Indianapolis to get to the Final Four. I mean, you had the incredible comebacks.
And we went through the absolute roughest draw we could possibly get.
Yeah.
It might happen again, but maybe not.
I think I accidentally unstarred a comment that I wanted to read.
Go find it.
Yeah, all the pressure. Oh, we already got to that one. Coach often says we need to know how to win ugly. I hope we learn how to win pretty next year. Sharp hit that huge shot against Duke off a pump fake. Same situation, just froze up this time. Yeah.
It just, I said earlier, he felt like he was in a rush most of the night and just couldn't. I mean, I understand where it comes from. It's a big stage. You want to you're doing everything you can to try to be the best, and you know what's at stake. Sometimes you get going a little bit too fast.
Floor players look like soccer players when they were touched. Feeling okay? Not sure. Texted him a little bit, but you know, he was pretty emotional before the game, and you know, I don't know. I think we'll see him, but if we don't, we don't. Uh, I'm going to read one right here. So tired of officials being the story. Just cannot be consistent for an entire game. Not fair for the players, coaches, or fans. Still uber proud of them. They'll all be Cougar legends. Yeah, but when you play the way U of H plays, you're going to get that whistle sometimes. But if you get it for an entire game, it would be. I just think it's unfair to do it completely different one half to another.
Yeah, I mean, it was night and day different, and I'm going to say it's night
And
and day different for both teams.
yeah,
It
Florida
impact
fans, they should be furious about no calls on them in the first half, and then 6 in 2 minutes and 45 seconds in the
Yeah.
second half. I mean, just that can't happen. It just can't happen. They've committed about 16 to 18 fouls a game in the tournament.
And
That's Go ahead, Brett.
while I think the calls against us were absolute bullshit,
Some of them.
in the end, technically they were all fouls. I don't think we got any calls that were completely wrong other than the goaltending, but those are fouls, kind of like how we benefited against Duke, is that usually calls aren't made in those situations, and especially not those types of whistles. And then you throw in, you consider that in the first half, it was a literal knife fight. I mean, those guys were killing each other out there.
They just handed me a sheet of facts from the game, and I don't think anybody wants to see any of those. Don't do this stupid shit. Stand by these dudes. Taking us further than anyone since '84. Show some respect for their grind. I think that's 100% true. It did not end the way anybody watching this show would care for it to end. But these guys have done it all year, and they fell short for a national title. Brad and I both believe that they put too much emphasis on a national title and not enough on all the other things you can achieve in a season. You would have sure loved to have had this one, but I just don't.
No,
I don't think
a national title for me is, God, it's something I really, really want, but it's gravy. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is. I mean, just getting here and getting to the Final Four was the dream. I really have a hard time even dreaming of a national title. I just hope I can see it one day. But I mean, there's one team that wins a national title each year. 1 out of 350. We made it to the very last game. There are no games tomorrow. It's all over. And, everything that they achieved to get here is what I think I even said it once we were past the Sweet 16. My only goal was to get past the Sweet 16. I just wanted to see that team get past the Sweet 16. Get into the Elite Eight, great. Get in the Final Four, perfect. And whatever happens in the Final Four, I mean, celebrate it. 20 minutes away, 15 minutes away.
Yeah. Juwan had a great year, but really struggled the past 2 games. 100%. I mean, there's no way to deny that. Love my Cougs and great season. Juwan had a lot of pressure on him. He put a lot of pressure on himself. Um, I think offensively he looked uncomfortable for the last several games. Thank you.
Yeah. I think it's we just felt sped up. Guys were pressing.
From the opening tip, I said last night that I thought they would be tight early.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they'd be tight for 40 minutes.
Well, in I don't know. I can't call it tight because to me tightness feels tentative.
There was some tentative play. Shooting
think they were
3-pointers late.
I just think they felt sped up and trying to do too much, too fast. Everybody played like JoJo at the pace JoJo plays at.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I do know how we kept the score, or the score was so low. It's because both teams shot like donkeys.
Yeah.
Because the tempo was much higher than what the score indicated.
We
got off 69 shots in a regulation game.
And you gave up 53? Yeah. Yeah. Florida had 66 possessions, Houston had 68. I mean, that's a good bit.
If you told me coming into the game that Clayton Jr. would be 3 of 10 from the field and 1 of 7 from 3, and only 4 of 4 from the line, and have 3 turnovers, I would have told you we won we won that game by 6, at least. It just so happened that the buckets he did make were big.
I thought you really outplayed them in the first half, and to only have a 3-point lead had to be a little deflating. Florida was playing at 2-time JoJo speed for a lot of that first half. You thought they were going to commit 25 turnovers in this game, the way they were going, and they only had 4 in the second half. And, they made the adjustment, and U of H only had 9 in the game, but that is more than they've had leave in any game in the tournament. I think they've had 9, but no more. Sharp and Cryer missed free throw. Can't do that in the champion. Okay, yeah, but it's gonna happen. You're gonna miss one. Florida missed a couple. It happens, but you have to be able to make up for it somewhere, and they did not do that. The game was played at Florida's tempo, not ideal. And I agree, Towns. We defensed Layton really well. What do you think U of H did well tonight?
Defended Clayton.
Okay.
Just not a whole lot. I mean, I think we struggle with shot selection. I thought played pretty solid defense, and I don't know. There wasn't a whole lot good. But then again, I mean, I look at Florida, and not a whole lot good from them either. The way the game was played, it was who's going to make the least amount of mistakes, and who's going to make the last mistake. So I don't know. This is one where it's not going to be hard for me to recover from this one because it was just ugly all around. I mean, if I'm a neutral, I probably enjoy it because it was a close game, but it wasn't.
I don't know if that was an enjoyable game for anybody. Just how grinding that was. Kelvin Sampson says, I'm just going through those last two possessions more than anything else. Incomprehensible in that situation that we couldn't get a shot. We held that team to 65 points. Clayton and Martin combined to go 5 of 20. If you'd have told me we held those guys to 5 of 20, we just didn't score well enough to end or to win. In the end, it comes down, you have to get a shot. Juan Roberts says the last 6 years have been the best years of my life. Again, the worst part about it is I can't do it again, but I'll always be a Cougar.
Yep.
LJ Cryer says it's been a blessing being here at Houston. This has been the best year of my life so far. I'm just proud to be a Cougar. I think Kelvin's comments about Clayton and Martin are particularly on point. Will Richard had himself a day. He had 18 points and 8 rebounds. Was 4 of 7 on threes. He hit his first 3 threes.
Well, I mean, he was
right in front of me.
He was dominant the first half.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the one that kept him in the game.
Yeah. I mean, it started to feel like they might slip out of this game, and he just hit those shots and made them. Galen?
It was good.
Oh, you there? You cutting in and out.
Can y'all hear me?
A little, yeah.
There we go.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes. What's up, man?
Shit, I just left locker room.
How would you describe it?
I mean, I was with Miss Sampson. Me and her was consoling each other for about 20 minutes, and man, it's just a real empty feeling. You go in the locker room, hug the coaches, hugging Q. And I don't know why it brought me to tears, man, but shit. I really do feel for our guys. Man, there's a couple things you wish you can get back, but, this wasn't our time, to conquer this quest.
Kelvin said at the end, Clayton made a good play, but that's one you need to shot fake and get to the paint. 2 points is fine.
I mean, shit. Hindsight is 2020.
What did you think about what you saw from U of H tonight, Galen?
I felt like we kind of struggled to score it a bit in the second half. Guys miss shots they normally make, miss free throws. But I mean, shit, our guys, they battle, man. Proud of our guys. Honestly, we were truly blessed to be in this position, and we earned our way. I'm honestly heartbroken for our program and our supporters, because I know how bad all of us wanted it, and I know how bad I wanted Coach Sampson to get him one, and our guys to get them one as well. But man, it's a lot of possessions you just wish you could get back.
I think
Just,
that's a fair thing to say. Um,
yeah.
I'm going to give you some more Kelvin here. He says our defense was so good in the first half. A big part of our defensive plan was Clayton because he's elite. He really is. Our goal was to not give him a full court layup. We took that away, and we didn't want to give him a three going to his left. He also says some nights we struggle offensively, but usually we find ways to win. Tonight, we didn't.
Shit, it happens. I think he
Yeah.
said. Martin and Clayton. They went 5 for 20 from the field.
Yep.
Like shit. I'll take that. Make someone else beat you. But I'm proud of our guys. I'm proud of their effort. I'm proud of their hearts. And I'm proud of everything that they overcame together this year, from impossible ass wins and everything in between. Just proud of our guys, man. Like I said, if someone asked me earlier, if you don't do this, and was it a waste? Nothing about this is a waste. Nothing about this is a waste, man. Like,
That's a crazy thought.
yeah. But for those who don't, if you don't know, you don't know. Nothing about this is a waste. Little old Houston just made it to the title game. Anything beyond my wildest imagination, honestly.
Yeah. You're one stop away from a title. And Galen, how is Emmanuel in the locker room?
I couldn't even get to him.
Okay.
But
Was it media or teammates
yeah,
or
it was
uh
media. And honestly, I think I was talking to Coach Miss Sampson, and Coach was kind of taking a minute to come out of the locker room, and she was like, "It's like, Galen, should I tell him? Should I?" I was like, "Miss Sampson, he'll come out when he's ready. Like, just let him. It's took an entire coaching career to get to this point, and to feel like something is right in front of you, and to you don't achieve what you dreamed of. That shit hurts, man. Like, and I just can't imagine how he must feel right now, as well as our guys. I can't even imagine the emotions of thinking that, like, something being in the grasp of your hands, and then it's not. Our guys, they work so hard, man. Like, they really do push themselves to the limit, and it's just like, I wish people could see it, how hard they work. And whenever you put in that much work for something, it hurts that much more when you don't get it because of how much you invested.
you strung together really bad possessions a few times. And in the second half, Florida got the momentum, and U of H went 4 possessions of just bad shots, bad choices, stepped on the line.
Yeah.
Uh, then you were down to your last timeout for a good part of that second half, and you couldn't call a quick one to regroup at that point. Uh, Early in the game, especially, Florida had a ton of slipstream dunks and layups. Um,
In the first half, yeah.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
think
they
it's in the
got to
first
that in
set.
the second half where they had both of their bigs on their elbows. Clayton throw it. I think he threw it to the left elbow,
Yep.
and the big set kind of a brush screen, and he was able to get over because the wings were lifted, so there was no low man, nobody could help, and he got an and one on. Then I think the foul was on LJ, and
Yeah.
I feel like they had similar sets like that throughout the night, to where they lifted up the wings and there was nobody that was able to help.
Um, what did you think about the difference in the way the game was called from the first half to the second half?
I mean, I can't really complain about the whistle, honestly. Um, obviously, they had some good calls for us, good calls for Florida, bad calls for us, I thought it was a fairly officiated game, in my honest opinion, just from where I was sitting. Yeah, so I mean, you can
As a,
always blame the refs, but it's like I thought they were fair at worst, in my opinion.
as a player, to have a first half where nothing is called and a second half where is that difficult? Is that how do you adjust to that?
I mean, it's inconsistent, but I mean, like I said, I didn't think the whistle was the issue, honestly.
Okay.
There was a lot of things that happened that were in our control that we didn't do, and that you know can't blame the rest of that. Like LJ, like making timely mistakes, but like LJ, J1, E-Man, Los, our whole unit, man. Those guys need to hold their head high because I know they played their hearts out, and I know how bad they wanted to win. And it's like just seeing those guys walk in the locker room. Granted, I'm not gonna say I know what that feels like, but I know I have a close feeling, and it is so helpless, man. Like it is just so like it's indescribable, and like LJ damn near needed help standing up, like it's you just feel for him, man. You just feel for him.
I'm tired of losing.
Well, good, because you didn't lose. You didn't do shit. You're in the stands. The men in the
What
arena are the ones that lost.
Anyway,
what's the point of having a defense when we can't even convert on that? Where is
I
our
mean,
offense?
we only won 34 fucking games.
I mean, it's just
35, actually.
let's please ignore the trolls. Like it ain't even
Well,
nobody's man. I don't even have
I
time
mean,
for that.
I mean, really, I was saying before you got here, Galen, as disheartening as it is, and how we wish we had so many different possessions back, just little things of the small little bitty margins. Florida is saying
they losing, man.
Florida is saying the exact same thing. If one possession is different, I mean, everything matters, and we didn't make a play this time, and they did. So, because as ugly as we played, they played just as ugly.
They played just as ugly, just as ugly.
And I think when it comes down to it, they played us defensively as good as we played them defensively.
Yeah. Like I said, Walter Clayton and Elijah Martin going 5 for 20 from the field. Come on, man. I don't know if that's happened all year for them. So.
For sure.
Sometimes you just gotta just tip your hat.
yeah. I mean, they clearly outplayed you. I'm told Ted Cruz was at the game, which I don't even know why you played it with him there. The curse of this state. LJ hit some really big threes, and you needed just one more. Given the new talent coming in, how does the program use this as fuel going forward? Unfinished
That that
business.
that would be an unfair expectation to put on those guys.
Yes.
In all honesty,
Yeah.
so those guys don't know what it feels like to lose on this level at this stage at this magnitude. They don't know. It's not their burden to carry, honestly. So it's going to be a new team, completely new team next year. So there's going to be completely new expectations. And getting to the title game, it takes all the right things happen at the right time, as well as a lot of luck.
And
As well as a lot of
health.
luck. And also, and health. So that's part of luck. It takes all that. It takes all that, man. So
I mean, let's really kind of look back at this journey through the tournament. I mean, we survived a late onslaught against Purdue. We survived a late onslaught against Gonzaga. We've made big time plays at the right moments to win those games, and those come down to a possession here or there, and we made the plays when we needed. We got bounces that we haven't got in the past. A lot of good shit happened, and like Flex said, we stole one. We flat out ripped it from Duke.
Oh, see.
Oh,
my bad. Can y'all see me?
Yeah.
Okay, we're back. Got
you. So, like Galen said, expecting to be back here next year with next year's group. I don't care if we returned eight guys. If we returned 5 starters and three off the bench, you can't put that expectation on those type of teams. Oh, Ryan disappeared.
Yeah, man, but like I said, beyond proud of our guys, beyond proud of our group. They earned the right to be here. Like we shouldn't be anything other than proud of these guys, honestly.
Absolutely.
Brad, why don't you look through some comments for us?
You sure you want me to do that?
Yeah, it's getting a little loud in here. There's some starred comments.
They'll be back next year. Got a good recruiting class coming in Milos. Emmanuel, JoJo should be back. We'll be champs again soon. Champs soon. I can smell it. Hey, man, I expect I expect early season next year to be difficult, but this team is going to battle for a title again. We're going to battle for a conference title, and we're going to be back in the tournament making noise. We get to, the sad thing is we have to, but we also get the pleasure of starting over with a young group. And if everybody comes back that we're expecting to come back, you've got some really solid senior leadership. Or veteran leadership, I'll say that.
Yes.
Go ahead, big dog. My bad, man. You need me to get up? Oh, okay. All right.
I just watched the press conference with character from J1, LJ, and Coach. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but those guys are going to be true to form, and it doesn't surprise me one bit. We can all learn from watching them in those moments. True. I'm hurt, but this was a fantastic year. We should all be extremely proud. I agree. Great season, played their ass off all 40 games. UH has a basketball program. Thanks for all the cat shows. Can't wait for next season. No, thank you guys for showing up. It's not a show without y'all. Let's see.
But it seems like it's okay, that one. Better. I can take care of that
one. Do you think that the national media will respect us now? Absolutely. We've got respect. I think everybody respects us for exactly what we are. One of the toughest teams in the country. We're not going to get a lot of hype because we're not going to have a lot of high flying highlights. We're not going to play a lot of really pretty basketball. We're not going to get more casual people to jerk us off. But I think everybody respects us, and we are.
Shit, even if they don't, F them.
You know,
we don't need none of their respect. We just need us.
I don't. I learned a long time ago, and this happens whenever you guys eventually get older, as we all do. What other people think of me, it's none of my business. Really don't matter. I mean, you would like to have it, but you know, it's not going to make a difference one way or the other.
Make a difference.
And given our program, I think if they carry around a chip on their shoulder, it only helps.
Yeah. Damn.
For what it's worth, ESPN has the team as number 1 in their way too early top 25. Then that answers it. That's respect. I mean,
I think a lot of times people do that just so they can tear you down when you don't meet their expectations.
Well, I mean, that's welcome to the top of the food chain. That's exactly what you do. I mean, hey, Kansas was rated number 1 coming into last year.
Yeah. I seen your favorite player today in the restroom.
Oh, really?
Hunter Dickinson. As I was walking out, I was like, damn.
Damn, you're tall, motherfucker. And you got a long ass upper body, dude.
Man, dog.
But I mean, when you look at, I can understand why they might have us in a too early number 1, is because I mean we're returning one of the best point guards, and this is we're expecting everybody to return. You're going to return one of the best point guards in the country. You're going to return one of the best shooting guards in the country.
Yeah.
You're going to return a center/power forward who was defensive player of the year, who is only getting better. And then you got the number 2 recruiting class in the country. I mean, this team. It's
a lot to build on.
You got some gunners coming back, man. There's no reason this team can't reach. Like you said, I'm not putting anybody.
Man, no reason you can't shoot for the stars, man. Why not?
I mean, these guys are going to come in here. You guys are going to come back expecting to be right back where they left off. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to expect that from them.
The standard is high. The standard is what it is. It's like, man, don't put no limits on yourself, man.
No.
Don't put no limits on yourself. And so I know, like the young guys who are coming in, I know they felt. Granted, they didn't feel the loss the way that these guys felt it because they haven't been through what they've been through, but they felt it. And like I said, it's every kid's dream. So every basketball player, anyone who aspires to play basketball as a kid, you're watching March Madness and you're watching the title game. Absolutely. So it's like those kids' dream to, obviously playing the NBA, but you want to get a natty too if you go to college. So
hey man, those guys chose to come here for a reason.
Exactly.
I mean, those guys had the opportunity to go to any place they wanted in the United States, any program.
Yeah.
They came here, and they came here because they want to, one, they're going to develop, and two, they want to win a natty.
Yeah.
Because that's what those guys do.
Yeah. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
10th year senior Hunter Dickinson.
I did not see him in the bathroom. I did see him near the locker room when the guys were coming in.
This will only make us stronger. If any program can bounce back from this, it's ours. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting talent. We got plenty of talent. Yes, we do need more NIL money. Get out your checkbook. Thank you. You want to get a Cooper flag? Write a check for $8 million.
And if you can't.
No, that's not true. You get to say anything you want. You're a fan.
And you get
You don't. No, you don't.
You do.
It's just please be reasonable. Like,
but
please be reasonable. Don't make it seem like how do we get this, how do we get that, like we just didn't play in the fucking title game. Let's not lose sight of reality. Like, let's not.
Guess what?
That I agree with.
No, Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag ain't playing in this game. As a matter of fact, Cooper Flag right now was on the driving range, brushing up his golf game.
The guy that you're trying to advocate for, we sent him home. What are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about? Like, I'm gonna bite my tongue. Fuck it, it's the last. No, I'm playing. But yeah, please have some reasonable opinions.
We don't need a Cooper Flag or an AJ DeBenza when you got Coach Sampson. Well, you're right. You don't need that. But I will tell you is that the guys we got coming in,
exactly.
You have really. We don't really understand how good these guys are. These guys are probably on par, if not better, than Jarris Walker. These guys are right up there with Quentin Grimes. I mean, these guys coming in are elite, and once you get here, once Debanza and once our guys get into the program, all their rankings, fucking throw that shit away because then you become what you put into it, and you know that these guys are going to develop.
Yeah, like I said, if anybody wants to talk about why can't we get this guy, why can't pull out the checkbook? Pull out the checkbook. Look at what Cooper Flag made and what Duke had to pay and then match whatever you match that. And then don't say if you can't, then don't say nothing else.
I just do not agree with that at all. I think
why don't you agree?
Fans get to say what they want to say.
No, they don't.
And yes, they do, Galen.
No,
this is the avenue for that. The whole point of this show is talking. And we can disagree, but we don't say to people that they are not allowed to say it. Okay. Prove them wrong.
I just feel like
just prove them wrong.
If you say something, just make it respectable. That's it. Make it respectful and make it reasonable.
You lost this game because you did not deliver in the clutch. You had 4 turnovers in 2 minutes. I think I saw where you had 4 turnovers in the first 36 minutes and 5 in the last 4 minutes. You just can't do that.
Seemed like more than that.
Yeah. And give Florida credit. U of H did not perform, and a good bit of that was Florida, and that's fine. You lost the national title game.
Yeah.
They could take the damn score off of the Jumbotron. I don't need to see that anymore. But yeah.
Remember the Alamo Dome, man. How unfortunate turn of a phrase, but it's going to be very, very accurate. Not the way we wanted it to be, but more in line with the way it was. Except we did get absolutely blown out, like the Alamo.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm trying to read this shit.
Okay. Okay. While we're have a little bit of a lull, the U of H crowd here tonight was phenomenal.
Sensational, man.
I went up into the stands to talk to people, and I maybe knew like 15 people out of a crew of 20,000. It was unreal how many people in red and white showed up here tonight.
Showed up and showed out, man.
Yeah, I mean loud and
Loud.
exactly what you expect from your fan base, what you want from your fan base. And kudos to U of H fans. It sucks how it turns out, or it turned out. But
hey, man, this is just part of it, dude. This is part of it. I mean, Galen's here. You've been through this. Galen's been through these heartbreaking losses, and just to get to where we are, to where Galen and Ryan are sitting right now, that's the dream. Yeah, your dream usually ends with you winning the title, but man, that's the dream of getting there. All you can ever ask for in life is an opportunity. It's not always going to come fulfilled. They got the opportunity. The guys who are leaving this year, they'll cherish it forever. They'll always wish they had that one more. Galen, you could speak on that. No matter how your season ends, unless you win the last game you ever play, you always want that game back. Because that's just life. But the guys who are coming back, they use this to fuel them. This drives your off season. It consumes you. I mean, that's just the way. That's the way athletes are. That's the way they're made.
Wired. Yeah. That wasn't easy, man.
I don't know, man. I was sad for a few minutes, but I don't know. I feel I'm fulfilled. These guys gave me everything I could possibly imagine. And they, not just this year. Jawan's done it for 6 years.
you're never going to see that guy in a U of H uniform again, and that's weird.
Maybe he graduates to the Forever Cougs roster. What about that, Galen?
Shit, I wouldn't mind it. Believe me. Believe me, I would not mind it. But man,
I mean, you're around long enough. You go through this. It's part of it.
Yeah.
And the bigger program you are, like us, like we've become, the bigger the stakes you play for every year. And your last game is always going to mean more than a lot of people will ever play for.
It's true.
And with big stakes, it hurts. It's fucking painful.
That's true too.
But we wouldn't have it any other way. If you're going to brawl at the top of the mountain.
fuck.
Nobody gives a shit about a fucking rock fight down at base camp.
I'm grateful, man. Grateful. Damn.
Yeah.
Duke paid $8 million for an Elite 8. Do we think that's a good ROI? Honestly asking. I don't know.
Well, you paid a lot less for a national title game appearance and a bucket away. I think that's a little better ROI.
I just want to say this before I may have to go, fellas.
We're going to close it up pretty soon. It's
But I just wanted to
the
say,
reason.
it's been a hell of a. I'm glad of what we've built. Well, I'm glad of what y'all
No, what
made
we.
me be a part of, man. It has been a hell of a year, and like I said, man, it's sometimes I deal with stuff in my personal life, and doing this show makes me feel better. It gives me an outlet. So, man,
Absolutely.
I can't wait till the next time we do one or the next whenever. I cannot wait. But we got some elite shit going, and we gonna keep it going. God damn it, we gonna keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you, Galen. And this is us. This is all of us. Everybody adds something, and the people that watch and comment absolutely add. And it's not feeling great right now. I see the former GoCoogs intern walking over there.
He's been released.
Yeah. He called in a lefty. People have been dogging him even in the hotel today, screaming "Go Cougs intern" at him, and I appreciate that. Thank y'all. Hearing that was maybe the highlight of my day. But we appreciate everybody that's been with us. Some of you have been here for 40 games, and
Going back to last year, too.
appreciate that. Yep. And, we did a dozen football games and 40 basketball games this season. The Sunday night shows, we've been with y'all a lot of hours live. And you would think we would clean up all these bugs, but we're just going to leave them.
We couldn't be perfect. We had to have
Nope.
some.
That's certainly not it. Yeah.
See, we can't come out and be too good too soon. We've got to have room to grow.
Exactly. Slight upgrades.
Towns is telling me I need to buy Starlink and like, y'all are out of your fucking minds. We're not.
I don't even know what or who that is.
See? Thank you, Galen.
But we'll just like the Cougs are going to keep getting better, we're going to keep getting better. And, we appreciate our growing audience. And, honestly, without the interaction in chat, it'd just be boring for us to just sit here and
100%.
talk. Even though I might get pissed off and snap at a few people.
You're human. It's all good.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? It's coming. It's coming next year because somebody's going to bitch because we lost to somebody in the fourth game of the year, or we didn't play well. What are these fucking freshmen? These 5 stars? God dang it! What the hell? We need to go back and get those 3 stars that nobody's ever heard of.
Yeah, it's going to be something.
It's just part of it, man. It's
part of it.
I'm going to snap, and I'm going to say something about it, and we'll show up again the next show. No harm, no foul.
No harm, no foul. It wasn't personal. Oh, man. Damn.
Yeah.
All these people around me smiling and shit. Wipe them smiles off your face.
JG,
Were
thank
you
We
sitting?
appreciate it.
Were you sitting in those seats for the end of the game?
Yeah.
Like you had all the freshmen or the Florida students in front of you, and I can't imagine that was very much fun.
Just tried to act like I didn't see it.
It's a thought. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and go around, do final thoughts, and get out of here. I really don't want to be in this arena that much longer, to be honest.
Yeah, well, shit. Final thoughts for me. Proud of our guys, man. Just got a chance to live out your dream. And I never reached this point. Just like a lot of people who've played college basketball at a high level never reached this point. So just having the opportunity to make your dreams a reality, just having a chance, man. You can't ask for more. So I'm grateful for our coaching staff. I'm grateful for our players, grateful for our program, grateful for our supporters. We wouldn't be here in this position without y'all, and we're going to continue to need y'all's support in order to keep ascending. And shit, I'm just glad I'm a Coug for life, man.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Brett?
Huge season. Again, didn't end the way we wanted it, but that's life. For you younger folks, welcome to being a Coug. This is part of it. But we're gonna keep getting better. I don't hate it for me because I don't give a shit about me. What I think is kind of irrelevant. I don't want them to win for me. I want them to win for themselves because I get to experience the game through them. And that's what I find enjoyable. Because I've run that race, my athletic race. I don't care. I'm not celebrating the success for myself. I'm celebrating their success for them. And it's gonna be sad to say goodbye to
Are you done? I don't mean to be inconsiderate. It's hard to tell.
Shit, I feel you, Towns, man. I feel you. I feel you, big dog. I wanted them to win so bad, man. Just because we've been on the shit end of the stick. Like, man, I wanted them boys to have it.
You had the ball and a chance at the end. And in life, that's all you can ever ask for. And they got themselves into that position. And the numbers say you're not gonna convert that more than 50% of the time. And it didn't happen today. But that doesn't derail or shrink what you've done, what you've accomplished. You cut down 3 nets this year. You're getting a ring for a conference tournament. You're getting a ring for a regular season. You're getting a ring for a Final Four. This program achieved at a big, big way. It's going to take the coaches and the players weeks to feel right. The coaches have to go back out and recruit and get in the portal. And, that's difficult, but we'll see. So we'll just I muted you, Galen. You were causing trouble in the background. But we appreciate all of you being here with us and going along this journey with us for 7 months. It's been a blast.
Is it that long?
Well, November, December, January, February, March, April. Okay, so 6 months, which
Still
I
a
guess
long
just
time.
means it is. And if you add football, it's certainly been longer. We'll be at football practice at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Just kidding. That's not happening. I'm going to get all my money's worth out of this La Quinta the media put us in. So thank you all so much. We're going to keep going with the content, basketball, football, and figure it out. Galen, thank you so much for doing this with us this year. Brad, thank you for doing this
Appreciate y'all,
for
boys,
8
man.
years.
Damn,
Brad was,
it's a long ass time.
yeah. You endured Major Applewhite, Dana Holgerson, and now
Oh,
Willie.
boy.
And we'll keep it going. So thank y'all so much for joining us, and we'll see y'all on the road.